Namaste students, how are you today? As you all know, we are doing Unit 3 and we are still at Unit 3. We will be doing listening today. Even though if you look at your book, there is a grammar exercise that we haven't done yet and that will be done later. For today's class, we will be doing listening. So are you ready for that? Okay. Before we start our listening task, let's look at the picture first. The same picture is in your book as well, at page number 29. So if you can't clearly see what is here, you can also refer to your book. There are some pictures on your right hand side and there are some words related to those pictures on the left hand side. What we have to do is, we have to match these words with these pictures. Alright? Okay, let's see what these words and pictures are about. The first word is cloudy. So among the 5 pictures on the right hand side, which picture do you think shows that it is cloudy? Can you guess? Okay, I'm sure you have guessed right. The third picture shows clouds. So we can match cloudy with the third picture. Okay? And the second word is rainy. So which one of the 5 pictures do you think shows rainy weather? Fifth, definitely. Yep. The picture shows it's raining, so it is related to rainy weather. The third one is dry. Which picture do you think shows some dry kind of weather? Any guesses? Okay, this is number 1. It shows a dry tree without any leaves, so we can easily guess it shows a dry weather, right? And the fourth one is sunny. It's very easy, isn't it? The fourth one matches with the first picture. And the fifth is windy. The only picture left is number 2 and it clearly shows it's windy weather. So what we just did is we matched some words that describe weather with the pictures. So after doing this exercise, what do you think is today's listening sound file about? Any guesses? Yes, it should be something about weather. So what can it be then? Do you listen to news? And have you listened to the weather forecast that is given after the news? I'm sure you have, right? Yes, your guess is right. We are going to listen to a weather forecast today. So before we start playing the sound file, let's look at some tasks, what we have to do while listening to the audio. Now look at the board here. The same exercise is in your book as well, so if you can't see it clearly here, you can look at your book. Listen to the weather forecast and match the halves of the sentences. So we are going to listen to a weather forecast now, and while listening to the forecast, what we have to do is we have to match these first halves of the sentences with the latter half. And after matching these 2 columns, we have to come up with complete sentences about the weather forecast. Okay? Let's have a quick look at all these 5, then we will start playing the audio. The weather in the north is. So what does it show? It shows that we are going to hear something about the weather in the north. Okay? So the clue word here is north. The weather in the east is. The second number, we have to listen carefully towards the weather of east. The weather in the west is, and the weather in the south is. So what does this mean? While listening to the sound file, what we have to be careful about is the weather conditions of different parts of the country, north, east, west and south. And look at the column B. There are a few words describing weather, right? Like cloudy, dry and cloudy, windy and cold, rainy. These are similar to the ones we have just practiced. Okay, so are you ready now to listen to the audio? Okay, let me play it.
Grade 10, Unit 3. You'll hear the weather forecast. Welcome to the weather forecast. Now, let's see what the weather's like today. In the north of the country, it's very windy and cold. There's a chance of some rain too, so don't leave home without your umbrella. The temperature is around 15 degrees centigrade. In the east, it's rainy all day today, I'm afraid. There may be a thunderstorm in the afternoon. The temperature is a bit higher than yesterday, at around 18 degrees centigrade. In the west and middle of the country, the weather is dry but cloudy. So no rain for you, but it's quite windy and the temperature is just 20 degrees centigrade. The south of the country has the best weather today. It's cloudy most of the time, but sunny this afternoon. The temperature is around 25 degrees centigrade.
Okay, so you listen to the audio, and while listening, could you do this exercise as well? Okay, even if you haven't finished all this, no problem, we'll listen to the audio once again. So before we check what answers you have written here, let's listen to the audio once again, and one by one we will look at the answers. Is that all right? Okay. And I will stop wherever the answer for the first question is. So that will make it easy for you as well, okay?
Grade 10, Unit 3. You'll hear the weather forecast. Welcome to the weather forecast. Now, let's see what the weather's like today. In the north of the country, it's very windy and cold.
Okay, so what did you hear? In the north of the country, what is the weather like? It's very windy and cold. So this is the right answer. Okay? Check your answer as well and listen to the rest of the audio.
There's a chance of some rain too, so don't leave home without your umbrella. The temperature is around 15 degrees centigrade.
So until here, she is still talking about the weather in the north. So there is nothing about the rest of the parts of the country. Okay?
East, it's rainy all day today, I'm afraid. There may be a thunder.
So what did she say in the east? What is the weather like? What is expected? It will rain all day today. So that means the right answer is number 4, rainy. All right?
Storm in the afternoon. The temperature is a bit higher than yesterday, at around 18 degrees centigrade. In the west and middle of the country, the weather is dry but cloudy.
So in the west and middle of the country, what will be the weather like? It will be dry and cloudy, right? So the right answer is C, matches with number 2. Now the last one.
So no rain for you, but it's quite windy and the temperature is just 20 degrees centigrade. The south of the country has the best weather today. It's cloudy most of the time, but sunny this afternoon.
So she said 2 things about the weather in the south. It's cloudy and she also said sunny. Could you listen to it carefully? Okay, I will just repeat that part once again.
Time, but sunny this afternoon. The temperature is around 20, cloudy most of the time, but sunny. The country has the best weather today. It's cloudy most of the time, but sunny this afternoon.
Okay.
The temperature is around...
So the most of the time, during the day, the weather in the south will remain cloudy. Only in the afternoon, it may be little sunny. So the right answer is D, matches with number I. So are your answers also correct? Have you checked? Good. Now, there is one more exercise in your book. Look at page number 30, number 2. While you are looking at your book, I will paste these questions here on the board. So till then, please look at the questions. What are they like? Okay? The same questions are copied here to make it easy for you to see them. Okay, have you checked them? If not, let's do it together. The second task for you while listening to the audio is listen to the weather forecast again and fill in the gaps with correct words. Before we did a matching exercise, now there is a fill in the gaps exercise. So let's look at all these 5 incomplete sentences once. Then I will play the audio once again and we will do the exercise. Alright? Okay. The first statement is the temperature will reach, there is a gap, and degrees Celsius in the north of the country. So what kind of answer do we expect here? Some kind of number, right? What the temperature, degree centigrade, degree Celsius. So here could be a number like 15, 20, 80 or something like that. Then number B, the public is informed not to leave home without their. So what we have to listen to is what are the public suggested to take with them while they are going out of home. Okay? So that could be a word or something like that. And number C, people may experience something in the afternoon in the east of Nepal. So what part have we to listen carefully? That is, what will be going on in the afternoon in the east? So that is the right answer here. And number D, in the west and middle of the country, both west and middle of the country will have similar type of weather. That means the weather is dry but what? And number E is today's best weather is in the of the country. So which part of the country will have the best weather for today? So these are the sentences with blanks. Now we will listen to the audio again and do this exercise. Are you ready for this? Okay, listen carefully and try to do this while you are listening.
Grade 10, Unit 3. You'll hear the weather forecast. Welcome to the weather forecast. Now, let's see what the weather is like today. In the north of the country, it's very windy and cold. There's a chance of some rain too, so don't leave home without your umbrella.
So she just talked about the weather in the north of the country. So don't leave home without your, what did she just say? Could you catch it? Yes, she said umbrella because it may rain today there. So don't leave home without your umbrella. That was the suggestion.
The temperature is around 15 degrees centigrade.
She is still talking about the weather of the north of the country. And in the first sentence, what we have to write is, what will be the temperature of the north today? And what did she just say? Can you remember it? Yes, she said 15. Okay, let's hear the rest.
In the east, it's raining all day today, I'm afraid. There may be a thunderstorm in the afternoon. The temperature is a bit higher than...
So now she is talking about the weather in the east. And we have to listen to the weather in the east for number C. And she said that it will rain almost the whole day. And we can also experience thunderstorm in the afternoon. Did you listen to it? Yes. So the right answer is thunderstorm. Okay? Now, next. Number D, what we have to listen to is, we are looking for the weather in the west and middle of the country. So listen carefully.
Yesterday, at around 18 degrees centigrade, in the west and middle of the country, the weather is dry but cloudy. So no rain for you.
So what did he just say? The weather in the west and middle of the country, it's dry but cloudy. Now the last thing is today's best weather. Which part of the country is today's best weather?
But it's quite windy and the temperature is just 20 degrees centigrade. The south of the country has the best weather today. It's cloudy most of the time, but sunny this afternoon.
So what did he say? Which part of the country has the best weather today? South, right. Okay, have you all completed this exercise? Have you all managed to write all these answers in your exercise book or in your book? Good. So I'll play the audio once again. During this time, I will not pause the audio anywhere. You will listen to the complete audio and check all your answers, both in number 1 and 2. Is that all right? Okay. So are you ready? Okay.
Grade 10, Unit 3. You'll hear the weather forecast.
Welcome to the weather forecast. Now, let's see what the weather's like today. In the north of the country, it's very windy and cold. There's a chance of some rain too, so don't leave home without your umbrella. The temperature is around 15 degrees centigrade. In the east, it's rainy all day today, I'm afraid. There may be a thunderstorm in the afternoon. The temperature is a bit higher than yesterday, at around 18 degrees centigrade. In the west and middle of the country, the weather is dry but cloudy. So no rain for you, but it's quite windy and the temperature is just 20 degrees centigrade. The south of the country has the best weather today. It's cloudy most of the time, but sunny this afternoon. The temperature is around 25 degrees centigrade.
Okay. Now I'm sure you all have done all these exercises and written the answers correctly. There is one more exercise in the listening unit. Please have a look at page number 30 of your book. In number C, there are some follow-up activities. So have a look at them. What are you expected to do in the follow-up activities? Please read both the questions once. I am pasting the same questions here on the board as well. These activities are not directly linked with the sound file we just listened to. They are some follow-up activities. They are also about weather and weather forecast, but these are not directly related to the sound file we just listened to. This is why these are called follow-up activities. Okay? So let's have a look what these activities expect us to do. Number 1, listen to a weather forecast of your country, broadcast in English. It has to be in English. So either on radio or on television. For 2 days, not only for 1 day, not only for one weather forecast, you have to listen to 2 weather forecasts. And after you do that, pick out the main points and present to your class. So did you understand what you are supposed to do here? You have to listen to 2 weather forecasts, either on radio or on television about your own country. And after listening to those weather forecasts, you have to note down the main ideas, the main points from both of the forecasts, and you have to write a brief description of those notes, and in the next class you have to present it in front of all of your friends and teacher. So do you think you can do this activity by yourself? If you need some help or assistance, please discuss with your teacher, and dear teachers, please guide your students whenever they need, and if they haven't understood what they have to do here clearly yet, please make sure all of them understand what they are supposed to do and help them to do the activity. The second activity is also a similar follow-up activity. Here you don't need to listen to any weather forecast in particular, but you have to prepare a weather forecast transcript by yourself. So what does this mean? Do you understand? Yes. You have to write a weather forecast report by yourself that can be broadcast from your nearby FM radio. Even though there is no FM radio nearby, what you can do is, you can write a brief description, a brief weather forecast report, and in your next class, you can show it to your teacher. Or you can share with your friends as well and see how your other friends have done it. So if you do this kind of activities, what it helps you is, you will get to hear more sound files, more weather reports, and it will also help you to prepare the reports by yourself. Not only listening, but it will also help you develop your writing skills as well. Okay? So again, if you need help, please discuss with your teachers and do the activities. This was a very short audio lesson for today, and very few activities are there in the book. So we have finished the listening activities for today. We will continue Unit 2 in our next class of English as well. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Thank you.